things are going this way, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Even down to my travel, like, ooh, if it's like off, that flight ain't for me, or this ain't for me. Like,
you know, so then that was kind of like the hold up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And
did that make you want to be a rapper more, or make you want to make money to get it back?
Nah.
No. I'm not with him.
No.
Oh. Yeah. Not by choice, but, you know, I respect him.
Not by choice. That's all Angela Simmons said when somebody asked if she was single. And honestly, those 3 words said everything. You just knew she was talking about Yo Gotti. The crazy part though, fast forward to now, and the tables have flipped. Gotti's the one chasing her again, begging for her back after GloRilla humiliated him live in front of everybody. What IG didn't show were the expensive gifts, the late-night calls, and the quiet rumors that had Angela pulling away. Months before that viral livestream, y'all remember when Yo Gotti first put his crush on blast, right? Let's rewind back to 2015 when he dropped "It Goes Down in the DM." That line where he straight up said, "And I just followed Angela Simmons. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons." He wasn't even subtle about it. Dude put his feelings on Front Street in front of the whole world, and people loved it. It became a running thing. Gotti shooting his shot at Angela Simmons, Rev Run's daughter, hip-hop royalty. She was untouchable, and here's this Memphis rapper saying, "Yeah, I want it." From a rap bar to a real-life romance, he made it happen. By 2023, the dream came true. They weren't just rumored, they were official. Angela posted a gorgeous photo of them together with the caption, "You're all I need." It looked solid from the outside, and many insiders called them hip-hop's grown-up couple goals. Finally, a mature celeb relationship that wasn't messy. But you know how Instagram be lying sometimes. Behind all those perfect photos, cracks were already showing. Word in the streets was Angela felt like she was carrying the relationship. One insider even said she thought she was putting in way more effort than she was getting back. Yo Gotti's schedule was non-stop, and Angela started feeling like she wasn't a priority. And that makes sense because Angela isn't just some +1. She's running fashion lines, fitness brands, and she wanted stability, not just public appearances. Meanwhile, Gotti's label CMG was blowing up. Then came GloRilla, one of his hottest artists. After FNF blew up, she was in the studio with him, at parties, always around. At first, people brushed it off as business, but you know how it goes. Whispers turned into rumors, and rumors turned into headlines. Next thing you know, folks were accusing Gotti of getting too close to Glo. And then came the bombshell. GloRilla went on IG Live and basically embarrassed him. Suddenly, Gotti looked like he lost everything. Angela, the couple goals image, all of it. But here's what's wild. The whole thing started as a fairy tale, a rapper's fantasy that actually came true. And now it's one of the messiest breakups the internet's seen in a minute. And what makes it even shiftier is how loud the Gotti and GloRilla situation has been. Even without Glo saying much, the internet had already been side-eyeing them heavy. For one, Gotti wasn't treating her like just another artist on the label. He was dropping gifts like a man trying to lock something down. Remember when he pulled up with that brand new Maybach truck for her birthday? Not flowers, not cake. A $200,000 luxury SUV with a giant red bow. She hopped on Instagram cheap like she just got proposed to, calling him the best. Fans flooded the comments, convinced something was going on, and just when people thought it couldn't get any louder, boom, Gotti hit her with the Ode Mers, an 18-karat royal oak with the spaghetti link, worth about $65,000. That wasn't just a flex on other labels. That was a flex on everybody watching. It blurred the line between CEO and artist, and the streets took note. To fans, it didn't look like business anymore. It looked like something way deeper. But here's the thing. You don't just throw around Maybachs and diamond watches unless there's real investment. You feel me? People started piecing it together like, wait, is this just business? Or is there something deeper here? One fan even commented, "Oh, she looks pretty." He buys her the nicest gifts and always speaks highly of her in interviews. And honestly, he did. Anytime Gotti talked about her, it was like he was bragging about his star pupil, but also like a proud man watching his girl win. And it wasn't just gifts. Gotti was showing up for her. He popped out at her birthday bash in Memphis, performed right alongside her, hyping her like fan #1. That wasn't some quiet, behind-the-scenes label boss move. That was loud. That was public. He made it clear that he was standing right next to her. So even though GloRilla never came out messy, never threw shade at Angela, her presence was loud enough. Loud enough that people started whispering, wait a minute, if he's doing this for Glo, what does that mean for Angela? Because y'all know actions speak way louder than words, and Yo Gotti's actions had everybody talking. Meanwhile, Angela was posting something entirely different. On her IG story, she dropped this gem. I want what wants me in life in all areas. What flows, flows. What goes, goes. That wasn't just some random Pinterest quote. That was a woman quietly tapping out. Like, I'm not about to fight for a man who's too busy giving his loyalty somewhere else. And what's more, an insider even said, Angela's not the type to get jealous or insecure. That's just not her vibe. But at the same time, she's not dumb either. She's not going to ignore little red flags, even if it's just rumors floating around. She just wanted more. More reassurance. More of his time, more effort from Gotti. So when the breakup finally hit the fan, and GloRilla clowned Gotti live on IG, leaving him looking lost. Suddenly, everything started to make sense, all those picture-perfect posts. Just smoke and mirrors. Now the same man who once flexed like a boss for bagging his dream girl is scrambling behind the scenes to win Angela back. And everybody's watching like it's the hottest reality TV show on the planet. But the twist? Angela's silence. No rants, no shade, no cryptic IG captions, just calm. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words ever could. See, if you were expecting Angela to drag Gotti through the mud, you're disappointed already. That's not her style. She didn't hop on live, didn't throw subliminals, didn't clap back. Months ago, she gave what may have been the most graceful gut punch ever. When Angie Martinez asked if she was single, Angela smiled, paused, and dropped. Not by choice. But you know, I respect him. Some stuff is better left unsaid. Much love and respect to him. He's doing his thing. I'm happy for him. At the time, fans called it classy. Some said closure. But now, after GloRilla's viral, I don't need no daddy. Live in whispers that Gotti's trying to win Angela back. Those words hit different. Not by choice. That lands like a quiet revelation. Like maybe she wanted it to work, and he fumbled. And some stuff is better left unsaid. Fans are connecting the dots, arguing she knew way more than she let on about the blow-up, about the label drama, about everything. Fast forward to today. Insiders claim Gotti's reaching out behind the scenes, sending flowers, using mutual friends to patch things up, even creeping back through her Instagram likes. The classic 2025 I miss you move. The internet's eating it alive. Some clowning him, saying he went from chasing his dream girl to crawling back in embarrassment. Others urging Angela to leave him alone, calling it nothing but a desperate ex moment. And then you've got the hopeless romantics, the ones reminding everybody that Gotti spent years chasing her, so maybe he deserves a second shot. Either way, the optics are wild. The same man who once gloated about finally winning Angela Simmons now looks like the guy who lost her, while his empire shakes beneath him. Because let's be real, this isn't just about Angela. This is about survival. Whispers of a possible RICO case circling CMG, his name creeping back into conversations tied to the Young Dolph murder trial, and no major artist wanting to get caught in that storm. Even GloRilla, one of the hottest names in rap right now, distanced herself on live, clearly protecting her bag before things get messy. And Angela, she's not trying to be caught up in chaos. She's a mother, a businesswoman, building a brand rooted in fitness, health, and positivity. Her polite but firm words months back looked more like a clean exit than anything else. Meanwhile, Gotti's left single, possibly losing his biggest artist, scrambling to hold his image together. And now the guy who once flexed like a king is making desperate moves nobody expected. But here's where it gets real messy. Word on the street is Gotti's been pulling out all the stops to win Angela back. Midnight calls, promises of change, private meetups, even talk of walking away from certain chaos just to prove he's serious. So the big question isn't if he wants her back, it's why now. Is this really about love, or is it about image, redemption, and holding on to the one thing that could keep him looking stable while the empire crumbles? Because if love, power, and reputation are all on the line, one thing's for sure, somebody's about to pay the price. We're talking flowers showing up at her door, long late-night calls that go unanswered, even secret just us sit-downs he's been begging to set up. But guess what? Angela's not budging. Instead, she's pouring herself into her businesses, raising her son, and if you really pay attention, she's glowing in a way that screams unbothered. Some people are even whispering that she might be entertaining new suitors on the low. Whether that's true or not, the message is clear. She's not waiting around for Gotti to get it together. And that's exactly where it all blew up. Because GloRilla's fallout with Gotti already had him looking shaky. But once the internet clocked how Angela wasn't running back, oh, they ran with it. When your own artist airs you out on live, that's bad enough. But when the woman you chased for years, the one you finally got, refuses to take you back, that's a double L. Now the fans are split right down the middle. Half clowning him like, bro, you're just now realizing what you lost. And the other half, holding out hope for some fairy tale reunion, saying maybe love will pull them back together. But me, I'm not buying it. This doesn't feel like some romantic movie moment. This feels like a man watching everything around Him crumble, the label drama, the artist drama, and clinging to Angela because she was the only stable piece in his life. And here's the kicker. Nobody really knows Angela's next move. She's ghosting Gotti, she's staying silent on the GloRilla mess, and she's moving like her focus is only on her son and her empire. That kind of silence. It's loud. If she keeps ignoring him, we might be looking at one of the most public heartbreaks hip-hop has seen in years. Meanwhile, GloRilla's distanced herself to leaving him stranded in the middle of a storm he low-key created himself. First, he manifested Angela for the world to see. Then, he got dumped in front of millions. And now, he's chasing someone who's already moved on. Looks like that hole down in the DM fairy tale love story might be closing its final chapter. And trust me, the entire hip-hop world is watching to see if Gotti can bounce back from such a public downfall. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. In this game, when love, loyalty, and legacy collide, nothing fades quietly. The way this plays out will decide exactly how people remember this saga. And next time, we'll spill exactly how Angela responded when the pressure turned up.